I don't know why, but lately I've just been like obsessed with a Harry Potter musical and a Harry Potter sequel, and I've just been like jamming out to it and singing. So if you guys notice, my camera is a little bit different, maybe the sound's a little bit better. I actually have a tripod and an actual camera now, so I'm hoping that the image quality and the sound quality is a bit better. I've been so excited to film since I found these. It is just incredible. Hey guys, I'm Devin, and today I'm going to be telling you my tips for finding cheap books. Now, personally, I have a book buying addiction, and my addiction is a bit of an issue at this point, and I have no control over how many books I start with versus how many books I leave the store with. These are my tips to help you guys find some cheaper books, and these are just the tips that I've used. Feel free to comment below with your tips for finding cheap books, and we can all just be a big community of broke people wanting to buy books. Without further ado, let's get started with my tips. Tip number 1 is to go to used bookstores. I find so many books at used bookstores, and they are at least 50% off the regular price, and I absolutely love it. It is my favorite thing to do when I'm bored, just go to a cheap bookstore, and I think it's just a really smart idea. I love, love, love cheap books. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, personally in Canada we have Value Village, so I generally end up going there and just trolling the shelves. Look at these. All 3 of the Percy Jackson books match, and I got them on separate days at Value Village. Generally, these books can go for like $8 or $9, depending on the actual cover price, but it's just a really great tip that I use to find used books. Yes, I like buying new books. I just like having new books and leaving chapters with a new book. But when it comes to if I want a new book or if I would like multiple books for the same price as one new book, I'm going to go with the multiple books. Tip number 2 also has to do with used books, but go to garage sales. I go garage sailing every Saturday. Wake up pretty early. We leave the house around 7:30ish, and we used to just go out and find signs and go to those garage sales, but lately we've been looking online on different websites that have garage sales in your area, and you can get books for so cheap. So I got all 4 of my Twilight books, including New Moon. It's just I'm in the middle of reading that again, so it's over in my little current reading basket. I have all 4 hardcover matching Twilight books, and I got the Director's Notebook for about $6, and that is just incredible. So garage sales are a great way to find books. The downside that I have to garage sales is that there is not as much selection as used bookstores. Used bookstores have shelves upon shelves of books, but they are generally more expensive than garage sales, whereas garage sales you might be lucky to find 1 or 2 a day. Tip number 3 is to shop online. Buying books online is so much cheaper than buying the hard copy in a bookstore, but you will still receive that new hard copy. And I know that Amazon does the free shipping if you spend a certain amount, or if you have a certain account type, but I'm not entirely sure. Do not be afraid to buy books online, because you think, oh, I want this book right now, I want it so bad, but you can just order it and get it in like a week for a cheaper price too. I mean, sometimes it doesn't really work out because of the shipping and handling, but a lot of times if you buy a bunch of books at once, then it works out a lot easier to just do it online. Tip number 4 is to make a list of books that you want. Whenever you see a book, put it on your list. I have a list on my phone, and I reference that list all the time. I just add to it, and these are the things that I'm going to be, when people say, what do you want for your birthday, what do you want for Christmas? that is going to be the list that I consult. Because that is the ultimate way to get cheap books, is to get friends and family to buy it for you. When I'm watching YouTube videos, I have that list nearby and it's on my phone so I can add to it pretty much whenever. Number 5 is to invest in an e-reader. So this is my e-reader. It's sleeping right now, if you can tell. Can you read that? He's sleeping. And it's a Kobo. I'm not entirely sure of the edition, but this thing has saved my life numerous times. I know a lot of people are hesitant on the whole ebook versus real book debate, where a lot of people like the new book smell and they like to just have the actual book with them. But honestly, an e-reader is so worth the investment. I don't know how this works with Kindle, but I know with Kobo, I usually get books for pretty cheap. Into retrospect, one new book at Chapters or Barnes & Noble or something is probably $25. I bought a $25 gift card for Kobo. I've gotten 4 books out of that card, and I'm still not done. They also have these spontaneous deals where they just mark down a book for no reason, no real promotion, but if you're lucky enough to come across that book, you will be happy. So while I was looking on Kobo a few days ago, just kind of finding books that I could spend the rest of my gift card on, and I found Clockwork Prince for $3 and Daughter of Smoke and Bone for $3. So those kinds of deals definitely make a Kobo completely worth it. As well, because I found Daughter of Smoke and Bone for $3, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but if you did not, my Twitter name is @theshelfie. You should definitely go follow me because I tweet quite regularly. But that tweet that I sent out, I tagged Kat from Cattytastic in it, and she favorited it, and that was just, I was so happy about that. It just made my day. Definitely invest in some sort of e-reader because you can definitely get books for cheaper. It's not just those deals either. Most of the time, books are quite a bit cheaper than they are in real life. Tip number 6 is to not be afraid to sell your books. If you have doubles of a book or if you've just outgrown a book, there is no shame in selling it. If you go to a bookstore that accepts books for a credit, that's even better. But be warned, some bookstores, I'm not sure if all of them do this, but I know that some of them do this, they will pick and choose from the books that you bring them depending on what they need. They may not need another Twilight book, but they could need a Percy Jackson book. So if you have doubles or if you've outgrown a book, go sell it for a credit at a used bookstore. I brought a big bag of books the other day, and she picked 2 books, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I'm sorry, I had a double. I had to do it. I had a double, and I needed more books. As well, a book in the Dear Canada series. They gave me $4 for the pair, so that basically just gave me a $4 credit at that store, and I got a $7 book for $3, which I was pretty ecstatic about because it is a book that I've been wanting for a while. I wonder which book it was. Do not be afraid to sell your books, even though it may rip a part of your soul out. Again, I'm sorry for Harry Potter. It still is totally worth it just to get that extra cash to buy other books. So there you have it. Those are my 6 tips for finding cheaper books. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure that you give it a big thumbs up and make sure that you hit that subscribe button because I do post new videos at least once a week. And make sure that you comment below. What are your tips for finding cheap books? Let me know if you're going to use any of my tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. And that is all from me and my shelfie.